Hello everyone and welcome back to Topic Central. This time we're going to be covering how Trump managed to become president and look in depth at how he overcame the obstacles and beat Hillary to the White House. And if you did enjoy this, don't forget to like or subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. Before we start, just to get one thing clear, this is not a praise video for Trump and we try to stay impartial throughout. However, the sole purpose of this video is to educate and inform and gain some subs as we go. So, let's get into it. Over his time, Trump had said some outrageous and controversial things and made promises that any normal man would struggle to live up to, and to many, a President Trump was simply unthinkable. But still, half of American voters wanted him in the White House, so how did this happen? To many, Donald Trump was never meant to be president, and few took him seriously when he announced his campaign last summer, but still, somehow he did it. This wasn't hard to see why. Controversies were erupting daily as Trump, until then known as an experienced New York property developer and the host of the US version of The Apprentice, had polarising views on everything from immigration to climate change. Another theory why so many voted Trump was his extreme views on America's current problems, and how each of these extreme problems had an equally extreme solution. From building a wall to heavily surveying mosques, Trump has said some outrageous and controversial things in his time, and yet somehow what he said managed to appeal to enough Americans to get him to the White House and leave Hillary hung out dry. And now, that brings us to the question, how can one man keep all of these promises now that he's president? Anyone who's been watching the news lately would have heard of the busloads of Americans taking to the streets, not wanting Trump to make any of his controversial changes, by making the phrase, "not my president," go viral all across social media. Even his advisors say his wall will be more like a picket fence, not a 16-foot high concrete steel wall centered on protecting America from its neighbour Mexico. But hey, look, if all politicians lived up to their promises, how different would the world be today? And now, to finish off this video, we put together a list of the most outrageous and controversial promises made by Trump to date. He wants to bring back waterboarding as a type of torture, which the Obama administration outlawed, and Trump has also said that he is willing to use interrogation techniques to go even further. And quote, even if such tactics don't work, they deserve it anyway for what they're doing. He wants to bring back jobs that he claims are American back from China and Mexico. This statement is not only controversial but rather racist, saying how industrial countries are stealing American jobs. But whether these jobs are American jobs to begin with is another matter for debate. Probably the worst one that we've come across is his pledge to heavily survey mosques in the USA. This is a bad thing to say even on a night out, let alone broadcasted to millions and heard all across the world. And yet still, somehow, Trump has managed to overcome Hillary and gain the presidency of the USA. Well, whatever the reason for it, about a week ago it was announced it would be Trump and not Hillary in the White House, and from what we can say, Trump's presidency was met with mixed views and opinions, from praise to protest. Many say President Trump is the beginning of the end. Whether this is true or not, we are uncertain, but one thing is for sure, only time will tell. That was it from us today, hope you enjoyed it, and remember to smash that like button if you did, and subscribe for more content just like this.